Hello everyone, welcome to Oxford Plains Speedway, the circle, literally, I do believe in the northeast of the United States. It's hard to tell in iRacing. I am Mukasa Bean Dip, and I'm alongside Hardtack Corn Puffer. Let's try that one. Don't kill me, Hardtack. We've got some pretty exciting racing lined up for you here today in the DWRL Street Stock Series. Now, Hardtack, this is a very round track. What kind of racing are we expecting to see here on a track shaped exactly like this?
Well, people consider oval racing with just going around in circles, and here at Oxford in Maine, you literally do go in a circle. There's no straightaways, no breaks. You have to, no time to set up for the corner. You have to constantly hold the wheel to the left, and it really makes for a unique challenge. It's probably the hardest track we're going to race on this season, and I think a lot of the drivers here haven't seen something like this yet, so it's going to be a lot of fun to watch and see how they navigate through this challenge today.
There's definitely not a lot of room for overtaking here. Very one groove like you're talking about. So we do have, I believe, 9 cars lined up to take the green flag here as you take a look around Oxford Plains. As you also see, there's no outside wall here, so that can be a good thing and a bad thing as we go over our starting lineup here. On the front row in the number 98, representing the California Club, that's Layla Wilson for Local Dog Racing. Just to her outside, making his first start, in the number 72, representing Michigan, it's Mike Hasty. Back to row number 2. In the number 88, representing the Northwest for Redline Racing, it's Anthony Guzman. And just to the outside of him, number 44, representing New York for Local Dog Racing, it's Michael Denton. Both of those drivers on that row are race winners so far this season. Back a row from there, number 90, representing Florida, it's Phil Prusak, and making his first start of the season, number 71, representing the Plains, Kevin Limberg. Back a row from there, you're going to find the number 33 from Georgia for Roadkill Racing, it's Bob Gage. And next to Gage, you're going to find the number 99, all the way from England, it's Michi Rossini. We do have one late starter, that's Tyler D. Stanislawski. I can see he is just connected. I'm not quite sure. I think there were some connection issues there.
Yeah, it appears that way. Looks like he's on pit road right now, and he's going to be starting from the pits. So at least he's going to make the start of the race. A couple stories we want to keep an eye on today. Number 72 car is making his DWRL debut. It's Mike Hasty. He was fastest in warm-up for the race and has a good qualifying spot in second place. And also Kevin Limber, the DWRL veteran, returning this race, his first race of the season in the number 71 car. So he's been very fast as well, so we'll keep an eye on those two as the race goes on today.
As we get ready to go green here, a couple more you want to keep your eyes on. That number 90, Phil Prusak, fresh off a win in an official session, so he's going to be out for blood tonight as we get ready to go racing here. Here we go, green flag in the air. We're racing at the circle at Oxford Plains. See Wilson gets down the way there, but look at Guzman here. I think we're going to go 3 wide. Here comes Denton up the outside, gets a huge monster run off turn 2. Not quite enough room to really get in up there, though.
Yeah, the outside is not the fast way around Oxford. Bottom lane all the way here, and as you can see right there is Guzman had the bottom lane and took the second spot coming off turn 2.
You can see all the way through the field right now, single file, very calm racing after that little 3 wide spat there at the beginning. So now these drivers can really settle in and get an idea of where they're going. As you see Denton starting to take a look at Hasty. Denton, the veteran, already has 1 win this season, trying to notch another one. As a matter of fact, he was the winner last week at a very different circuit. That was Thompson International here on the top. And here, go ahead.
Track's a lot different than Thompson, obviously. Highline's quickest at Thompson. As we see the 44 get around Hasty as he goes down. Got a little loose on the straightaway, which does happen here at Oxford because it's really not a straightaway. You're turning all the time, and looks like his car is very loose on the straightaways.
See Limberg
and in turn 4.
Oh, and he hit one of those little mounds down there, and that's going to put him in the pits. I see Stanislawski still in the pits. He's trying to get his car rolling. While we were watching all that, the 71 Limberg, he moved on up past the number 90. That's Phil Prusak. So Mark Limberg up another spot here as we cut back up to the front of the field. You can see Guzman's reeled in Wilson.
Yeah, tough break for Hasty. He was, looks like he's retired Must have had some left front damage when he got a little loose off 4 there and hit that. I call them the anthills down there on the outside of the track.
I like that.
Yeah, they can do a lot of damage if you run into them, obviously. And looks like Hasty's retired. So tough break for him. He was very fast in our sessions here today.
So that leaves it up to Guzman to try and get the lead away. Right now, he is flying out there. As you can see, Denton also trying to reel these two in. And then a little ways back to Limburg sitting 4th, who is also embroiled in the battle. As you see, 53, Stanislawski joins the field now. He is about 7 laps down, but probably will be able to get up there and pass Hasty if he completes a few laps.
Looks like Guzman is catching the 98 car, just by a little bit. You know, this track, very much a momentum track, and you have to be very patient here. If you overdrive the car, you try a little bit too hard, you're going to lose a lot of time. So you just got to be really patient and bite your time.
The one I'm watching is sitting 3rd. That's Denton. And you see him just kind of inching up there on the issue. I think he might be the fastest at the moment. Guzman definitely flew up there behind that number 98. She's doing a good job defending the inside for the most part. But that 44 car is really on a rail right now, so look for him to be up there battling with these two shortly.
Like Wilson is extending her lead a little bit over Guzman.
There's one thing to touch on here at Oxford, and that is, even if you have a car in front of you, this is the worst track for road hypnosis. As funny as it sounds, you can really just get zoned out at this track. You're never off the wheel. There's never a chance to think or look down or anything, and it can really wear on you as a driver. So sometimes you'll see someone be really fast for about 10 laps, and they'll kind of get that road hypnosis, and they have to kind of gather their concentration back up.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some in-car shots here in a little bit because, yeah, another thing about that track, this is an interesting point you brought up. There's not a lot of visual markers here. A lot of tracks, you know, you can use a wall or something on the outside of the track to kind of mark where you're going to brake and enter the turn. This track, first of all, there's really no braking points. You're basically going the same speed all the way around. And second of all, this track doesn't have them at all. There's no outside walls except on the front stretch. And, you know, as you can see, the front stretch wall is way far back from the racing line. So it kind of feels like you're out in the middle of the desert there sometimes. It's really a tough racetrack. Probably a hard thing to explain too.
It's one of those things, if you have iRacing, definitely just try driving 50 laps here with or without other cars on the track, and you'll get a very good idea of how bizarre and unique this track is and why it belongs on the schedule. It's definitely a challenge. Watch Guzman here. And you can see that front bumper kind of disappear under her rear wing there. You can tell he's really getting up there as we ride with Mike Denton.
98 car, very consistent right now. Wilson's not making any mistakes, just holding the bottom, running a nice, very consistent line. And here we go. It was the suspension.
All right, I've been waiting.
We're really excited about this. Yeah,
yeah. Talking about this all week.
Yeah, this is on the 44 car. So you can see you got the shocks there, and what else you got? So you can get better at this than I am.
I'm watching the control arm kind of bounce up and down there, the A arm. You can tell there's a few bumps out there, but one thing that's really interesting to watch on this shot, oh, we got one off the track. I'll go back to that in a minute. That's Tyler D. Stanislawski just having all kinds of bad luck today. Here he comes back on the track. Oh, big wreck on the front stretch. Stanislawski hard in the wall. There goes the 99 Rossini into it. Looks like it collected a 71. That's Limburg. He was running 4th.
Looks like it got the 71 pretty good. Yeah, that car was tracking sideways down the straightaway there. It's a lot of damage for him.
Yeah, I see the right front tire is not only cambered, but it's also towed really badly. I don't know what it's going to do to the handling of the car. He was fastest in practice. He was running 4th, trying to reel in the leaders when this happened. Looks like Stanislawski just went off over there in turn, I think turn 3 he went off. As you can see, Limburg's got that wheel all the way over to the side there, and that car is really not responding at the moment.
Yeah, it's a tough break for Kibo. He was having a really strong run today. Something he really needed.
He definitely could have used the confidence booster, so we'll see if he can get that thing in the pits, get it fixed. It's really hard to stay on the lead lap here, so that's going to shake things up quite a bit. He was running 4th once again, so tough break for him. I think the 90 of Pruzak is going to be scored in that spot now. We'll see if the 71 goes in the pits. I mean, there's still 30 laps to go here.
See some right front damage on the 99 as well. I'm not sure if that was from the incident or that was from something else we didn't catch on the racetrack.
I think he might have clipped Stanislawski. He hit the wall a ton and just stopped. And it looked like Mishi didn't really have anywhere to go when he got there. As we watch Stanislawski just a little bit wide in there. I think he was trying to give the leaders room, and he just... I think he gave him a little too much there.
Yeah, he was just trying to be courteous. And, you know, like we were saying earlier, the lack of visual cues here is really something you got to get used to. And it looks like Tyler had an issue with that. It happens to the best of them. Can't really blame him.
You see he was standing on the gas. He tries to get straightened out. He doesn't check his relative. He doesn't look to the left. You can... I mean, you can kind of fault him for that part. He was doing the right thing initially, but he gets into Limburg a ton there, and I think that could have probably been avoided. So that's very unfortunate for both drivers there. Definitely got to do some heads-up driving at Oxford when you can get that road hypnosis, but as soon as things go bad, this happens. So that is the reason we're under caution here. About 20 laps into this event, and that took at least one good car out of the race.
One to go at the line here, Rick.
I'm not sure if Limburg is pitting, so we got 1 to green here. Looks like he was low. Looks like he's going to stay on the track and try and make it with that damage.
Him and Rossini both staying out, both cars involved in the incident. 53 of Stanislawski has been taken into the infield there. He's out of the race, so...
In the infield care center.
Yeah. This state-of-the-art facility here at Oxford. It's one of the buses back there with the tarps over it.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at Denton.
Yeah, that inside line. Guzman had to start high on that restart, and 44 took advantage of that inside line.
So now we got ourselves a pretty interesting race here for the second spot. Denton running wide in there, and it gets a little off camber when you get that high. I don't know if it's easy to see, from your screens at home, but when you get up to the top of that front stretch, you're really off camber. The banking slopes the other way, and you could see Denton got on that. And it kind of pulls you towards that wall up there. It's really odd.
Yeah, the track's very uneven, especially on the end of the front stretch there, as you said.
So this is going to be halfway for us this time by. 90 of Prusak trying to reel in that battle as well as we look back at Limburg to see how he's doing. That car is really not getting around here quite like it was before, especially when you see that right front corner. It looks like the 99 Rossini also is struggling. So that really leaves us with about a 4-car race for the lead here. Fortunately, the 4 cars that weren't involved in that wreck are all competitive still, so we should have a pretty exciting finish here at Oxford.
And as you can see, the 88 car got back around the 44. Looks like the 44 couldn't hold the bottom in turn 2 and slid up just enough to let him by.
I don't think he's done yet. You can see him already setting them up as they came into turn 3. Looked like Bob Gage was off the pace there for a moment. He's way back behind the field, behind Limburg even. I'm not sure if something's up with that car. We'll probably be able to check in on that later, but we have a Mondo battle for the second spot here. That's 88, 44, and 90. Guzman, Denton, and Prusak.
Yeah, Phil Prusak has got this group as well. Having a good run today.
So you can see Guzman running a bit different line than Wilson. He is right down there on the bottom, and Wilson's kind of rim riding a little bit higher than she should be, I think.
She does have a little bit of a gap back to the 88, so she can kind of, run a easier line. Something that's a little bit easier on the tires. And, yeah, it's good to have a break occasionally at this track because it's tough on its own when you're in a pack of traffic. Really got to focus here.
So you can see 88 Guzman also under fire from the 44. That's Denton. And Prusak's kind of hanging out right there as Denton takes a look going into 3. I'm not sure if Guzman just got in there a little wide or what, but he almost opened the door. It looks to me like these cars are loosening up too. You can kind of see them moving around. There's one shot that we get in 1 and 2, and you see those cars coming in there. You can tell when they get back on the gas, they kind of do a little shake, and you can really see these cars start to react this deep into a run. Right with Denton here as he watches the battle. Go ahead.
This will be a good shot because you can listen to his throttle, and he's only wide open probably about here to about the start-finish line, and that's about it. It's only feels like a split second when you're driving, but you just really got to be easy on the throttle here, really gentle, and you know, easy on, easy off, as they say.
He's really got a plaster coming off the corner. He's right down there on that berm, and that berm is pretty frightening. I mean, if you hop it, it'll cinch you up about 2-3 lanes sometimes if you're going fast enough.
Yeah, it's another tricky aspect about this track is that curb, that white curb on the bottom there. See it in 3 and 4, and it's also on the entrance of turn 1. Haven't seen anybody hit it just yet, so it's dangerous. It's
you just
like
jinxed it.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you said, it shoots you right up the racetrack when you hit that. It just upsets the car, and it's not a good thing. Kind of similar to the curbs they have at Martinsville. Same kind of effect.
Oh, Guzman is all over your leader now. If you look back, it looks like Bob Gage has gotten around the 71. That's Limburg, and that car is really not handling as you see Bob Gage continue to pull up through the field. Look at Limburg's wheel here. This is. I don't even know how he's getting around the track like that. That car is definitely hurt, to say the very least. As we approach 10 laps to go, I'm sure he's going to have sore shoulders in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Just what kind of damage that hit did. I mean, the tone's all out of whack, and also speaks volumes about this racetrack. Now you got to get around it.
He's driving completely with the throttle right now as we cut back to that battle for the lead. Oh, there's the curb hop.
Oh.
What a
saved by
save.
the 88. Oh, yeah.
He's going to wash up a bit here coming out of 4. Denton right down. Oh, now he gets the curb. We're racing at Oxford. Good morning.
Yeah, got 9 to go this time by, so looks like they're trying to make some moves up at the front. It's time to go now. And yeah, you really got to, you know, get on the edge to make a move here, because, I mean, you know, the only way to pass is on the bottom, so we might see some contact here in the late stages.
We may see a Dale Earnhardt Sr. finish here, kind of the bump and run, so definitely keep your eyes open for that. Here comes Denton way down to the inside. Both drivers ahead of him wash up a bit. He almost gets in there on the inside of Guzman.
Yeah, he's leaving him a little bit of room there.
Oh, and here we go. Oh, big wiggle down the back stretch.
Yeah.
He pulls it back in.
Just couldn't make it stick down there, it looks like.
Another thing to keep in mind, we're working on lighter fuel loads now, so you got less weight on those rear tires, and as silly as it seems, that's going to affect your grip. Oh, so is that.
Yeah, the curb will affect your grip too.
It can also affect your suspension, and as I was talking about earlier, if we end up going back to that shot, or we go back to that shot again on the front end next week, watch the shadow in the front of where the bumper is. You can tell when the driver's braking, you'll see the front end dip down. Just really interesting stuff to watch these cars work, especially on a track like this, or like Okayama, where we're going next week. Should be 5 to go here for your top 3 cars, and they're still fighting hard. Denton wiggles a little bit. He's trying the outside. I think he's faking up there because he's probably going to head right back down to that inside line. You can see he really gets stuck down to the bottom there on the front straightaways. We have 3 to go.
It's like they're heating up the tires pretty good. Everyone in the top 3 is slipping and sliding right now.
You see Prusak's fallen off this battle just a little bit, so it's pretty much boiled down to these 3 drivers. And now 2 laps to go at the stripe. I don't think lap traffic is going to be an issue.
This will be a big win for Layla Wilson. She's had some great runs this season. Had a bit of tough luck at South Boston, but persevered. Made about 30 pit stops. Still got a top 5 out of it, I believe. So this will be a big win for her. And this will make 4 different winners in 4 races this season if she can hold on here. And it looks like she's going to do it. She goes into turn 3.
Off turn 4, checkers in the air. Here they come, bumper to bumper across the line. 98, 88, 44. Whoa, he got a little happy there. But that is going to be your top 3 here at Oxford Plains.
Looking back for 4th place. Looks like Phil Prusak's going to hold on for 4th. Michi Rossini in 5th. I missed 6th place.
I think that may have been Limburg coming home in the 6th spot.
Talk about perseverance.
Yeah, I don't know
That
how he
car.
drove that car.
Yeah, that did not look fun to drive. That's a rough day here at Oxford.
It's celebration time at Oxford. I bet everybody's celebrating. Whoa, you saw Prusek hit one of those anthills down there, and he went flying. I bet a lot of drivers are celebrating that one being over. That was a tough race. This is a tough racetrack. Speaking of tough racetracks, of course, next Monday, same place, same time, the league race is going to be at Okayama, the short version. These big, heavy cars are really tough to wrestle around there. There's been a lot of practice sessions for this race, and a lot of drivers saying very positive things. Some other drivers a little scared about it. There's probably going to be some prize money up as well, so that's going to be a pretty big event. And the week after that, there's a poll up on our league forum. Now, this is an important one because it's scheduled for Concord. Not a lot of drivers too happy with Concord, so there's a poll if we're going to race Concord or if we're going to go to the longest track of the season at Phoenix. So you definitely want to vote on that one as soon as possible if you have a forums account. Then on the 20th, round 7 will be New Smyrna, and we'll end the month, round 8 at Langley. 2 more rounds after that, and of course every Wednesday at 9 EST, we're going to have figure 8 racing at Irwindale Speedway. Just finished up one of those this week, as a matter of fact. And there's a couple VSCC events Saturdays and Fridays, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for all of those mentioned series. Some very fun racing in our near future.
Yeah, we'll see you next week from Japan.